Welcome to the official Willy Smalls Q&A. I got a lot of questions from you guys. I have them all written down in this big ass book. I have 68 questions, which is one away from the funny number, but that's okay. And thank you to everyone who took the time out of their day to ask me questions. I have a lot of good questions here, and you're going to get to hear a lot about me and the future of this channel. Alright, question 1 comes from Zombie Man F. What is your biggest guilty pleasure track in the Mario Kart series? That is a 20-way tie between every track from Super Mario Kart. Now, I understand that the tracks from Super Mario Kart are basic and flat, and that all the other Mario Kart games, they have better tracks, but I don't know, I still have fun driving on the tracks from Super Mario Kart. At least the retro tracks that are in the newer Mario Kart games that are from Super Mario Kart. I actually haven't played Super Mario Kart in maybe 10 years. So I'd actually really want to replay it and make a video about it, because every time I've seen a conversation about Super Mario Kart in recent years, it's like Super Mario Kart sucks and Super Mario Kart is the Antichrist. So I'd really like to play the game again to see if I definitively like the tracks from Super Mario Kart, because I did say in my Mario Kart 64 ranking that Super Mario Kart had a better track selection than Mario Kart 64. As far as just guilty pleasures in general, I think my biggest guilty pleasure is Little Caesars. I know it's a horrible pizza place, it tastes like shit, but I love it, and I don't care. Alright, question number 2 comes from Alex and Rasteel2659. Actually, this person has a few questions. Will you rank every Mario Kart track? Yes, but not in the way that you might think. I think going forward, the way I'm gonna do Mario Kart videos is that I'm gonna do a retrospective of every Mario Kart game, and in the middle of each retrospective, I'll have a segment where I rank all the tracks in each Mario Kart game. So technically yes, they're not going to be full-on ranking videos, but I'm going to be doing retrospectives of every Mario Kart game where I will be ranking the tracks. The second question that they asked is, will you talk about other games and even movies and TV shows? I'm definitely going to talk about other games. I only have one more Mario Kart video that's going to come out, and then it's basically all other games that aren't Mario Kart. As far as movies and TV shows go, I'm not really like a movie or TV show guy, but there's a lot of movies and TV shows that I am kind of passionate about, and maybe I will make videos on them one day. But for now, I mainly want to focus on video games. And the last question that they asked is, do you like the Mario RPGs, WarioWare/Wario Land, and the Donkey Kong Country series? And what characters from each series do you want in Mario Kart? I've played a few of the Mario RPGs. I've played Paper Mario Sticker Star and Paper Mario Origami King, and I wasn't really the biggest fan of those games. However, I played the first Paper Mario and Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, and I thought those were great. And I'm not even like a turn-based combat guy. I don't really like those types of games, but I thought that Paper Mario and Super Mario RPG kind of made turn-based combat enjoyable for me. I've never played any WarioWare or Wario Land games, but I probably should, considering that I love 2D platformers. And the Donkey Kong Country series has some of my favorite games of all time, and I'm definitely making videos on those. And as far as Mario Kart characters go, I'd want Mallow and Geno and maybe like Cranky Kong and Dixie Kong and King K. Rool. Alright, Marks3186 has quite a few questions actually. What kind of content do you want to branch off into? For now, I just want to make retrospectives of old games that I love, new games that I want to talk about as well, and just that kind of sort of thing. They also ask, do you have any specific goals? And yes, I want to review or kind of make a video on every single video game that I own, which will take years. Like, it's only been 2 months since I've started, and I've only done maybe 3 retrospectives, I think. So I want to make at least one video on every game that I own. I also want to make YouTube my job. That's another goal that I have. Their third question is King Boo your Lord and Savior who shall never do you a fault? No. I'd imagine that in the Mario universe, worshipping King Boo is the equivalent of worshipping Satan. So I don't know what kind of shit Marx is into. Alright, and Marx's last question is one that I saw a few people ask. Do you have a Discord server? And I do use Discord. However, I don't know how I would go about making a server. Like, I don't know how to regulate it. I don't know if I would even be on there very much. And I don't know if it would just devolve into bullshit, because I wouldn't be taking it seriously or be responsible about it. So I don't know. Let me know your thoughts if you want me to make a Discord server, but I'll have to research that into how to make a good Discord server. Okay, Japon Moment asks, if you could wipe one Mario Kart track from existence, which one would it be? And a YouTuber named Waluigi made a very good point about Toad's Turnpike, and that it was the first Mario Kart track to have a figure 8 design, and started the whole trend of every Mario Kart game since having a basic track with a figure 8 design. So I'd say erase Toad's Turnpike, because first of all, it's a terrible track, and second of all, it started the trend of each new Mario Kart game getting a basic, boring figure 8 track. So yeah, get rid of Toad's Turnpike and you change the future for the better. Okay, Connor Muffet 7348 asks, what is your favorite Nitro track from each game? I assume you mean each Mario Kart game. So from Super Mario Kart, I'd say my favorite Nitro track is the Rainbow Road from that game. Then in Mario Kart 64, I said before that Bowser's Castle is my favorite track. From Super Circuit, I'd say Sky Garden. In Double Dash, my favorite track is Wario Coliseum. In Mario Kart DS, my favorite track is obviously Airship Fortress. In Mario Kart Wii, my favorite track is Rainbow Road. And in Mario Kart 7, my favorite track is also the Rainbow Road from that game. In Mario Kart 8, my favorite track is Mount Wario, and from Mario Kart Tour, my favorite track is Yoshi's Island. Alright, Zippies asks, what is your favorite Mario Kart game? And I have to say Mario Kart 8. It's just the best one, period. Like, it has the best controls, it has so many tracks now, so many of the best tracks from the series. There's almost no reason other than nostalgia to go back to the older Mario Kart games now. Vosok asked a question that a few people did ask. Is there a reason why you use Hugh Neutron for your channel? Is it because he perfectly demonstrates the way you speak, a special connection with the Jimmy Neutron series, or simply because he's a silly guy with great reaction images? So there's a bit of a story behind why I use Hugh Neutron. So I never did actually watch the Jimmy Neutron series as a kid. What happened was I was at a friend's house and we were watching YouTube videos, and we were just watching random YouTube videos, and we came across one that was called like Top 10 Moments in Jimmy Neutron or something like that, and we just watched it for some reason, and one of the scenes in the video was the Donut Boy theme song, and I knew as soon as that theme song played that something about this was special. And then after Hugh Neutron says, "I've got a creamy filling," and he hits that face, that iconic look, I knew that that had to be my channel avatar. And then as I was making videos, I found even more reaction images that kind of suited the style of videos that I wanted to make. So, Louis Santi Fighter 12 asks, what do you think is the most overrated and underrated track in Mario Kart 8? I'd say the most overrated track in Mario Kart 8 right now is actually Merry Mountain. There's quite a few people that I've seen that say it's one of the best tracks in the entire series, and like, it's a fine track, but it's nowhere near that good. The most underrated track for Mario Kart 8 has to be Shroom Ridge. I hear so many people say they hate this track, but I really like it. I think it has a fantastic layout, and especially on 200cc, it is a dream to play. Lab Productions 06 asks, what are your thoughts on Crazy Taxi? Crazy Taxi, it's a fun little arcade game to play for a few hours, but there's nothing all that interesting about the game. Like, it has a fun gameplay loop. It's at its core a good game. It's a fun game to play. But I don't know, it's not really the most complex thing in the world. Like, I don't even think I'll make a video on it. Like, what is there to talk about? It's a fine game. It's a fine game. And NeoPlays1 asks, have you played Nickelodeon All-Stars Brawl? No, and I probably won't, considering that I kind of fell off the whole fighting game loop a while ago. Interesting Fellow KS3EE asks, how many subs for a face reveal? And I haven't even thought about a face reveal yet. 1 million subs. I'll do a face reveal at 1 million subs. Oh, and this guy actually has 2 questions. Is Willy Smalls your actual name? No, it's not. And I'm not going to tell you my actual name, because you're a stranger. Light Surge asks, if you were in charge of creating Mario Kart 9's gimmick, what would you do? The only thing I can think of is bring back the double racing mechanic. I thought that was an excellent mechanic in Mario Kart Double Dash. It's why I love that game so much. I think as long as it's executed well, and of course it's made optional, it could genuinely be one of the best, if not the new best Mario Kart game in the series. Wabazy Shipper 1 asks, do you think the arcade tracks will ever be included in mainline Mario Kart games? The thing is, Nintendo doesn't really like to acknowledge more obscure games, so I don't know. I think at some point they'll have to, because they'll run out of retro tracks eventually. This person has 2 more questions actually. What is your least favorite Mario Kart course? Okay, this has to be Yoshi Falls from Mario Kart DS. It is an abomination. And the last question they're asking is, will you ever make a video about Hugh Neutron? And that right there is the 1 million subscriber special, a 6-hour analysis video on the Donut Boy theme song. Skull asks, if you were able to create a brand new track for any Mario Kart engine, which would it be and what would the track be like? Well, first off, I'd create it in the Mario Kart 8 engine because I think it's the best one, and my favorite track concept that I ever came up with was in my first Mario Kart Booster Course Pass Predictions video. It's very similar to the Yoshi's Island track that's already in Mario Kart 8. It's Crocodile Isle from Donkey Kong Country 2, and I just think have a big section track with all the iconic areas from Donkey Kong Country 2, while also incorporating gliding and anti-gravity. It could be incredible. If you want to see the concept that I made, go to this video. Kian694 has a few questions, and they asked, what is your favorite food? Your mom. Nah, in all seriousness. Pizza. Alright, and their next question is, what is your favorite game of all time and why? My favorite game of all time would have to be The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. That game means so much to me because it truly got me into the Zelda series. I just loved all the little stories happening all over the world, and all the little things that you had to search for, and the dungeons. I love how this is the Zelda game with the most dungeons, because the dungeons are actually my favorite part of Zelda games. And the last question that they ask is, if you were to travel to any country, where would it be and why? I'd probably just travel to Japan because I'm a big video game nerd. Washi Wave asks, excluding the Booster Course Pass and Mario Kart Tour, what Mario Kart game has your favorite retro track selection? I mean, it has to be Mario Kart 7. Like, it has most of the big fan favorites. Like, come on. Big Man Pogus asks, do you ever plan on covering other games not made by Nintendo or Sega? And absolutely, I'll make a lot of videos on games like Minecraft, Celeste, Hollow Knight, probably even Call of Duty. I don't even know yet, I haven't really thought that far ahead. However, videos on lots of different games are coming. It's not just Mario Kart and Nintendo. Super Fast Play asks, if you could add any video game character to Mario Kart, who would you add? Kirby. Dean Otter asks, what's your favorite Tour City track? I have to say Vancouver Velocity, because I'm patriotic. Alright, there's 2 questions from Ruby Like Sonic 2. What did you have for breakfast? Your mom. Come on, you guys keep giving me layups here. Okay, in all seriousness, I had a bagel and cream cheese, a peach, chocolate milk, and Chicago-style popcorn. It's been a bit of a weird day for me. What would you call the next Mario Kart? I'd just call it Mario Kart Forever, because, well, it would have every track in the series, and it would be kept getting updated with brand new tracks. Forever. What If Central Official asks, top 5 Mario Kart tracks. Airship Fortress, Wii Rainbow Road, 3DS Rainbow Road, Mount Wario, and Yoshi's Island. Alright, there's 2 questions from SlimBoyFat664. 1. If you were to replace any Mario Kart Booster Course Pass track, which one? The replacement and why? Alright, I'm gonna kinda cheat here and replace a track that's not even in Mario Kart 8 yet. So there's rumored to be a Super Nintendo Bowser's Castle track coming to Mario Kart 8. I would replace that with GameCube's Bowser's Castle, because that's my favorite Bowser's Castle in the series. He also asks, do you have any Mario Kart track that you used to hate that you now love? I gotta say, Bangkok Rush has really grown on me. I didn't like it at first because I thought it was really narrow, but I don't know, I think it has a good layout and I like all the shortcuts that are in it. Austin Zaba asks, who's the super cool cop that always gets the bad guy?
Good boy, that's me. He brings a delicious assortment of sweet delights. Good boy, got a creamy filling.
No, this is the scene where you get lost!
Mikey Fuller 1272 asks, what is your favorite Mario Kart character ever? Funky Kong. Michael Johnson 6417 asks, thoughts on The Simpsons and what's your favorite episode? I've only seen the first few episodes of The Simpsons, and the only one that I can really remember is the Christmas special, which I think is just the pilot, so by default, I think I have to go with that one. Michael also asks, what's your favorite Mario Party character? And I always choose Luigi, and not just because of that meme. I don't know, I just like Luigi. And Michael has one more question. Have you ever been to Ireland? I have never even left North America, so no. WeirdBones1784 asks, what's your thoughts on the possibility of Mario Kart becoming a Nintendo Kart of sorts? I don't know about that. I like how Mario Kart is this sort of wacky, abstract game where you can have any kind of track set in any kind of location. Like, Other than Super Mario Kart, none of the other Mario Kart games have exclusively tracks based on only Mario locations. It's these grand, wacky adventures through interesting places, and I want it to stay that way. I don't want a Nintendo Kart where all of a sudden we're only racing in locations from other games. And also, I do think it's cool to have crossover characters and even crossover tracks, but I don't want that to be overdone. Random World 3861 asks, what are you most excited about Madrid Drive? Well, I've heard some rumors that soccer balls and Goomba shoes are going to be in the track, so I really want there to be like a soccer game that you drive through where the Goombas are kicking soccer balls at you. As much as I love Vancouver Velocity, I thought it was a missed opportunity to not have the Shy Guys playing hockey in Rogers Arena. Eka Zahinda 1247 asks, where are you from? You're a stranger, so I can't tell you. Also, you can just look at my channel description and see that I'm from Canada. Eka Zahinda also asks, what is your favorite Rainbow Road and why? This gets said a lot, but the Mario Kart 7 Rainbow Road, it's an incredible journey. It's the one Mario Kart track that kind of tells like a story almost, and I really love that. WowWow6695 asks, what is your favorite shade of purple? I don't know, how many shades of purple are there? I'll just say violet. You're turning violet. Damn it, no, violet isn't a shade of purple. Okay, I'll just say normal purple is my favorite shade of purple. ArtsWatch8284 asks, will you fix all of Schaeferless's rankings of all Mario Kart tracks? No, that was just kind of a one-time thing. His Mario Kart 64 one was really the only one that I truly disagreed with. However, at the end of his Mario Kart DS ranking, he said that Mario Kart 7's Nitro track selection was very mixed, and that's something that I don't agree with. So, if Schaeferless's Mario Kart 7 ranking is bad enough, you might be seeing a sequel to that video. Anchovy Meep asks, have you played Crash Team Racing or Diddy Kong Racing? No, I have not, and that's really odd because I really like Crash Bandicoot and I love Donkey Kong Country too, so I don't know, I really should try them out. Not for Kids asks, what's your least favorite Double Dash track? Sherbetland, that's an easy one. Alright, whatever. He asks, Tour isn't that bad. Thoughts on that take? I don't like Mario Kart Tour simply because playing Mario Kart Tour just isn't fun to me, but I can understand how someone could be invested in Mario Kart Tour and how there could be a whole community around Mario Kart Tour. So if you like Mario Kart Tour, then fair enough. Random Guy Theo asks, what's your favorite Nintendo franchise? Zelda. 1,000 times over Zelda. Princess Rescuer 480 asks, why did you stop doing retrospectives on games other than Mario Kart? I like those, and you only did 2. Well, you're in luck because that's pretty much all this channel is gonna be. Let me look at my upload schedule quickly. So, my next video isn't about Mario Kart, but it also isn't a retrospective. Then the video after that is a Mario Kart video, but after that, I'm doing a retrospective of Mega Man 2, and then I'm doing retrospectives of every 2D Mario game, and then I want to do all the 3D Mario games, and then I want to do retrospectives on all the classic Sonic games, Castlevania games, Punch-Out!, Zelda, Metroid, all these different games that I own. I want to do retrospectives on all these different series, and that's mostly what this channel is going to be. This is not a Mario Kart channel. Well, it sort of was for like a month, but from now on it pretty much isn't. Although I am making retrospectives on all the Mario Kart games. So to answer your question, I'm not stopping retrospectives. That's what this channel is going to be. And I'm kind of scared because the audience that I've built up, what they're expecting from me is Mario Kart content. So I kind of want to prepare you guys, that's not really what this channel is going to be going forward. A lot of my content is going to be on different games. I am a bit worried that no one's going to watch them, but nah, I don't give a fuck. I just want to make what I want to make. Pez_2068 asks, what's your top 5 favorite songs from video games? That's a tough one. I love Asgore's theme from Undertale. I love the Forest Interlude from Donkey Kong Country 2. I love the credits music from The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. I love Lava Reef Zone from Sonic and Knuckles, and Aquatic Ambience from the first Donkey Kong Country. Tumble64 asks, what motivated you to start a YouTube channel? Well, when I was a kid, and really all my life, I haven't really been good at a lot of things. And so think of the most basic task you can think of. I will find a way to fuck it up really badly, in a way where I damage property and even unintentionally hurt people. And really the only thing that I was good at was playing video games. And when I discovered YouTube as a kid, I saw that people could literally get money for playing video games, which was the one thing that I knew I could do properly. So just motivated by that, by wanting to make a living off of something I knew I could actually do, I started a YouTube channel. And now I'm halfway there to getting my first paycheck. I don't really know how it even works, but my first something. I'm halfway there to my first something. JRox1203 asks, what are your thoughts on Mario Kart Wii CTGP? I haven't played it. I'm not really a mod guy, but it is really cool that, for all these Mario Kart games, the online servers are still up, and I've seen TWD play this mod on his channel. Well, this is what he exclusively plays on his channel, but it looks really cool. It's basically Mario Kart Wii Online, but now there's all these custom tracks and all these different modes, and it looks really cool. And I think this is the kind of thing that newer Mario Karts need. NDOGX asks, when do you think Mario Kart 9 will finally release? Well, I believe that Nintendo has been working on Mario Kart 9 while the Booster Course Pass has been coming out, so I think maybe in 2 years Mario Kart 9 will release? I don't know, that seems reasonable to me. Lava64_, don't think I didn't see that, asks, who's your Mario Kart main and why? Well, right now, the main person I like to use is Kamek, because he wears pajamas all the time, which I do. Pedro1024 asks, what is your favorite music genre? And I really don't know how to answer this question, because other than video game soundtracks from games that I like, I don't really listen to anything else. I guess the closest thing I can think of is rock music, so that's what I'll say. Lindsay Zaba8288 asks, favorite movie and why? Well, my favorite movies are all comedy movies, and I think my favorite is Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. It's a movie that I watched as a kid that I probably shouldn't have been watching as a kid, and I don't know, it's a feel-good movie for me to watch. That guy who likes booze 1475 asks, who's your favorite YouTuber? I'd have to say Emp Lemon. I've been following him ever since he made YouTube Poops, and seeing as how he made me laugh as a kid, and now that I'm grown up, and he makes these amazing little documentaries, I mean, it's been an incredible transformation to witness. And I can only hope that one day I can make content that is of his quality, but that's going to take a long time, because I'm still learning. Tyler Brady 5664 asks, who inspired you to make the channel? Well, Emp Lemon, obviously, and, well, actually, you can look, if you go to my channel, and then go to the featured channels page, I forget what it's called, but you can see all the channels I'm subscribed to, and every last one of those channels, they've inspired me to do YouTube over the years. And I've just been inspired by every last one of them to make the best content that I possibly can. And I really do hope that I can make a living off of YouTube one day, that this can be my full-time job. So yeah, that's what I'm working towards. Now, I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do that, but I'm figuring out as I go along. Alright, Goon Squad TV 6901 asks, what is the most underrated and overrated game of all time? The most underrated game I've ever played has to be Yoshi's Woolly World. It's one of the best 2D platformers I've ever played, and it is a crime that it never got a Switch port. It got a 3DS port way after the 3DS should have been discontinued, but it never got ported to the Switch, which is very strange because it's such a good game that deserved a chance to be on a more popular console. The most overrated game of all time, in my opinion, has to be Super Mario 64. It is my least favorite Mario game in the entire series, and I can't wait to tear this thing to shreds. This is gonna have to be like a 2-hour long analysis video, and I can't wait until the next 3D Mario game gets announced, because that's when I'm gonna start the whole 3D Mario retrospective series, because right now I'm gonna start the 2D Mario retrospective series, where in the build up to Super Mario Bros. Wonder, I'm gonna be doing a retrospective of each mainline 2D Mario game. And last but not least, Mario with the Crowbar asked a ton of questions, but I'm gonna answer all of them. What's the best and worst Mario Kart spin-off? I assume you're talking about the Mario Kart arcade games, and I think there's only 2 of them, so I'm assuming the sequel's better, and that the first one is the worst one, but I'm not so sure about that. I would have to play them. Pick one track from each game that you want to see in Mario Kart 10. So we're skipping Mario Kart 9. Well, from Super Mario Kart, I wouldn't want to see any Vanilla Lakes. From Mario Kart 64, no Toad's Turnpike, never again. From Mario Kart Super Circuit, I wouldn't want to see a Game Boy Bowser's Castle. I feel like those have gotten a lot of attention over the years. For Mario Kart Double Dash, I wouldn't want to see Mario Circuit. From Mario Kart DS, I wouldn't want to see Yoshi Falls ever again. For Mario Kart Wii, I don't want to see Luigi Circuit. And from Mario Kart 7, I do not want Cheep Cheep Lagoon. From Mario Kart 8, I wouldn't want Dolphin Shoals, and for Mario Kart Tour, I don't want Tokyo Blur. Opinion on Game Boy Advanced Rainbow Road. I have not gotten that far in Mario Kart Super Circuit. I just recently played the game for the first time, and I am horrendous at it. I haven't gotten used to the controls yet. So, I will be making a video on Mario Kart Super Circuit, so you'll have to wait until then. Sorry. Coconut Mall or Waluigi Pinball? Why not both? But Waluigi Pinball. Do you like Baby Park? I love Baby Park. Nabbit or Hammer Bro? Why not both? I think I like Hammer Bro better. He's just kind of a cooler character. What do you think about the Super Mario Bros. Wonder trailer? I think it looks perfect. It's a perfect evolution of 2D Mario and the true successor to Super Mario World. I really hope that this game does have an emphasis on exploration now that the timer has been removed. That's all I'm really hoping for. I have only played Pikmin 3 for one day, and then after that one day, my disc never worked again, and it's the only time I've had a game do that to me. So, sorry, technology failed me, so now I'm not a Pikmin fan. But now that every Pikmin game is on the Switch, I basically have no excuse now to not be one. Have you played Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and who is your main? I have played Smash Bros. Ultimate, a lot of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and my main is probably Donkey Kong, which is weird because in the older Smash games, he was usually one of the worst characters. However, I really like his combos and his moveset in this game. I know how to use it well. And the last question is, when are you gonna make a real only? I'll do a part 2 when I reach 1,000 subscribers.